Hello, my name is Everett Pierce, and we are going to briefly discuss in terms of the day baseline in order to expand and contract, making your pyramid of numbers using the date. Now, a couple years ago, I posted a video which is on my YouTube, which is Energy 321 COM. Energy 321 COM. That's my YouTube account. Okay, I used the same date, but this time I put my baseline how I would set it up on a real basic level. So what I posted before is I was showing you how to do it the wrong way. Now we're moving towards, let's show you how to do it the right way. Now, it's not completely the right way, but it is far better than what I previously posted a couple years ago. And let me briefly show you. I took out the baseline. Now, if you want, I put some things together to explain to you this format. Now, granted that mathematics are not copyrighted, but this is copyrighted. This is mine. I own this. So a lot of the people out there, they have taken my ideas and proclaim it to be theirs. But do know that this understanding of numbers and mathematics, I own that field. So if they came up with something similar to this, at some point it derived from me in terms of understanding numbers, putting it into a pyramid. So when I explain to you this format, it's not specifically set up for the lottery. It's just the basic date. Now, I use the lottery, which was Powerball, and these were the numbers that came out in it: 4, 15, 32, 49, 58, and 21. Now, using the regular date and nothing else, it's not specific to a particular lottery. It's like everything combined in together. Okay, but what we're going to show you briefly here is how you can use the date to, if you're not sure what numbers you want to play and you're tired of quick picks, this would be the way to go. Or if there are many benefits to this other than trying to win the lottery. We speak to God in our language, but not many people take the time to speak to God in its language. The 2-2-1 factor. You take E equals MC square, advance it 2, 2, 1. E goes to a G, M goes to a O, and then EMC, and then C goes to a D, GOD square. Okay, so the 2-2-1 factor here. Okay. Now, I blotted out this. How you add this up is essentially what I taught in my first video. Okay, when we get to this side, okay, we add these two numbers and bring it up there. Okay, then 9 plus 1 is 0, and put the 0 there. 0, 1 is 1, so we put the 1 there. 1 and 9 is 10, so we put the 0 there. 0, 9 is 9, put the 9 there. And we do that all the way across, and we stop there, and we go 3 plus 2 is 5. And then we start the other direction. So basically what I have already taught in the other videos in terms of counting, we're just basic adding two numbers. So it's 1, 1 and 2 is 3, 3 and 5 is 8, 8 and 2 is 0, and 0, 8 is 8. So all the way up to the top. And then when you get to the top, you're going to add all three numbers. So 2, 6, and 6. 6 and 6 is 12, or 2, plus 2 is 4. And that's why 4 is on top. Now when we look at it using the 221 factor, the God, these are God numbers. Now, if you want to see the video of how I set this up in a mathematical, scientific format, you'll need to go to my PayPal account, paypal.me/Everett and my last name Pierce. Make $100. This is my phone number. So do definitely call or text me to let me know you made a $100 payment, and I will get the video link to you so you can get started on understanding the basic understanding, setting up your baseline, because the baseline is the maker, or it makes or breaks your equation as far as the information that you're trying to receive from it. Okay. Now, let's just quickly, these are the lottery numbers of Powerball. And I got all 6 here in this equation on this date. Now, if you compare this video with the first video I posted 2-3 years ago, you'll notice that this is a lot bigger. And when we get into explaining this, it'll make sense to you as to why this format is done this exact way. So, like I said, this is not set up for a particular lottery, because when you use the date, there are many lotteries out there. So, you'll have to do additional things to this. So, but this is what I set up is, yeah, you can get your numbers from it, but this setup is designed to teach you to understand numbers in the I call the personality of the pyramid. So, like you said right here, if we on the top of the pyramid, 48, read it outwards. 48 plus 1 is 49. 49 is the first number out. And you say, why right here? There's 2 on this side, there's 1 in the middle, and there's 2. 2, 1, 2, or the 2, 2, 1 factor. Okay, so 88 plus 1 is 89. Now, if you convert that 5, convert 5, means if you take 8 minus 5 as 3, 9 minus 5 is 4, 34. Well, 34 is too big for a Powerball number, 21, because it goes from 1 to 26. So we're going to have to take 89 and convert it 10. That means this number and this number will total 10. So 8 and 2, 9 and 1. So 89 convert 10 is 21. That's our Powerball. Okay, now let's go at the bottom. 14 going inward, the yin, the yang. Okay, 14 plus 1 equals 15. 15 is the 4th number out. Let's go over on this side. Now, we had to convert this 10 over here. And this is diagonal. So let's take 7 and convert it 10. 0, 0 is 10. 7, 3 is 10. So now we have 0, 3. Plus 1 is 4. Our 4 is our 3rd number out in the Powerball. Okay, so now that's on the lines of the 2, 1, 2. Lincoln was born February the 12th, 212, or the 221 factor. Okay, now let's go up to the top. 0, 4. We were just talking about the 4. 6, 2. 62 plus 1 is 63. Convert 1, it means this number and this number will add to a 1. So 6 and 5 adds to a 1. 6 and 5 adds to a 1, and 3 and 8 adds to a 1. So 63 becomes 58. 58 is the fifth number out. Okay, let's look at the bottom here. You got 57. 57 plus 1 is 58. So the bottom is mimicking the same number as the top. Okay, now in the middle, there's a middle number here. 6 and 3. So 63 convert 1 is 58. So using the tip, if you on the $1 bill, where you got the pyramid, and then you get the little top part of the pyramid, which is separate. Okay, that's in reference to the top part of the pyramid. Is on this particular one, the way this is particularly set up. Now, in referencing to the Powerball. Now, it just happens to be that, like I said, the date is not specific to any particular lottery. You'll have to do more things to it to make it specific to a lottery system. But this one works well. It comes in, it comes out. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. But like I said, this is not specific to a particular lottery. This is particular to the date. Now, some people, are we in the right year? Are we in the right month? Well, don't worry about that. What you do need to worry about is the date that we're in and functioning on today. Okay, so that's why the 221 factor. Okay. Now over here, the middle numbers, this number and that number, and then that's the opposite over here. So I put it over here. So that's the halfway mark. So 1, 1. But we have 3 of them here. So you would describe this as 3 1s. Okay, so if you take 31 plus 1, because we've been adding 1 to all our numbers. So 31 plus 1 is 32. 32 is our second number out. So as far as our location, it makes it much easier. The big, it's not the size, the size of the pyramid or the baseline has to be very specific. And when I explain it to you, when you pay the $100 and I start explaining to you, it is in a very scientific and very particular way, the way this is set up. This is not just globbed together just at random because I want to make money. And, no. When I explain it, and I'll break this all down. Now, this is designed to teach you, help you understand the fundamentals of numbers in relation to the day. So if we want to make this particular specific to a lottery system, that's different. Now, as far as the right way, so there's two, the yin yang, male and female. So there's one way of doing it where the equation is going to teach you to understand numbers. Now, the other one is going to yield results. Okay, I'm not teaching that one. I'm teaching you, and what you're going to learn is you're going to use the date in a way that this is designed to communicate to God, because, and even to your body. Your body understands numbers. So if you're going to talk to God, you can talk to God using numbers. So there are many benefits to just doing up the day, just to see what numbers in the different locations as I have pointed out to you. So I think that'll pretty much sum this up, but I just want to give you an understanding as to how I would set up my baseline. And when I set it up in this particular way, which you'll have to pay $100 to see my video, and it'll all make sense as to why I put it that way. I own it. It belongs to me. So if you see other people out there claiming it to be their little system, you'll know better. Because I can take this way beyond. Now, what is this equivalent to? It's like me handing you your wooden ABC blocks. It's very elementary. But on the same token, it's very powerful. Because versus one is you don't have a clue what if you're picking numbers, or you want to see what kind of numbers, and then you go throughout your day to see how many times did you run into a 266, or maybe your checking account, or investments, or just when you do the date, it's all condensed into one. So we'll stop right there. Take a look at what I've done closely. In the next video that happens after this, we'll get into the breakdown as to the right way. I call it the right teaching way. So there's the teaching pyramid, and there's also the results pyramid. The results pyramid, or the baseline, I cannot teach you that. But I can teach you this to get you started. Now, and we'll end it right there. Now, take a quick look of the different areas. I didn't pull these numbers out of my hat. They're in very specific locations. See right here, the third one up, if the halfway, you count all these numbers up, that's about halfway right there. Diagonal, halfway, 11. But you got 3 of them. So you would describe it as 3 ones. So take a look if you're interested in building your baseline in this particular way that's going to help you, teach you to understand numbers better. The other method, I can't teach you that way. But at least by doing this, it'll get you started. So no matter what your purpose is, whether it be lottery, or you're doing it just to, like, one of the other benefits when you do this, you're talking in terms of numbers. You're strengthening your brain when you do these pyramid of numbers. So like I said, the benefits are so many. You can use this to talk to God with, because God talks in numbers. I mean, God talks in many languages. Just not many people take the time to understand numbers, to talk to God, back to God in numbers. So we'll end it right there. So it's your choice. It's $100, but it's well worth your $100 bill. And there's nothing like it out there. If anyone so-called claims it is their little system, you'll know better. Because I own mathematics. It's mine. Even though that Mathematics are not copyright, and the reason why they do that is so people can come and steal other people's ideas. Man's been doing that for a long time. It's interesting how some things are copyrighted, books, movies, and whatever, but when it comes to mathematics, and I show you things like this, that's why I can only teach you so much, because people are going to steal things from me. They're going to claim it to be theirs. But there's only one of me. There's only one of me that can explain this to you and teach you in such a way so you can understand numbers, the relationship of numbers, placement of numbers. So, whatever your purpose is, you have a lot, we just say, you have so much to gain and so much and a lot to lose if you don't learn this process. So no one's twisting your arm, but if you want to make that investment, I am the only person who can teach you this the correct way. And this correct way, by doing it, and you pay attention to the numbers and where they're at, this pyramid is going to teach you and help you understand numbers, like I just explained here. With that, this is Everett Pierce. You're welcome to go to my Twitter. My Twitter is Energy321, or you can go to my Facebook, which is Einstein314, Everett Pierce. So, as you can see here, text me if you make your payment. Definitely text me, and we'll get the video uploaded. So once you pay your $100, excuse me, I can send you the video links to get you started in understanding the right way, the right educational way of doing your date pyramid. And with that, we'll end it right there. Thank you, and God bless.